What's up, Goober? I'm just making this real quick to catch you up on my shenanigans for the past couple days since we done both had pretty busy weekends. Uh, Friday for me was all right. I was just laying down for most of that day before Jaden called me about Sky Zone. They were in a senior group chat arguing over whether Friday or Saturday was better, what hours Glow Night took place, all that. But we ended up settling for like Friday around 7. Some of the people that said they were going didn't even show up. So by the end, it was just like me, Darian, Coda, Jaden, Kelsey, Kendall, and Kaya. But we had fun though. It was cool hanging out with a few people I barely talked to before, like Kendall and Kelsey. But after that, we had went to Waffle House, and that was chaotic. We ended up having like 3 different waitresses. Nobody knew what one of them identified as. They identified as a woman. Nobody. We were kind of loud, which is no surprise because like we were the only group of like kids/teenagers in the entire building. So, and there was this one little boy who wouldn't stop harassing me. It kept making everybody else laugh while I was extremely uncomfortable. Like he couldn't have been no older than like maybe 2 or 3, but he would just constantly smile at me and walk up to me, and every time I looked down, he was just on my shoulder, and it was scary after a minute, and I didn't know whose child that was. So, but at the end of the night, it was alright though. Saturday was cool. Braden had picked me up Saturday or yesterday to go to Kylan graduation celebration around 2 o'clock. It was fun. Like me and the boys played the game for a little bit. We ate, we yapped, we did all that good stuff. Some of them started riding around the neighborhood on like a golf cart. I hopped on one of the bikes Colin had in the garage and almost got ran over by said golf cart. Not because I don't know how to like ride, not because I don't know how to ride a bike, but because it was like one of them sports bikes or whatever. Like I'm used to like the brakes engaging when like you start pedaling backwards, but it wasn't like that for that one. It was one of them bikes that had like the brakes on the handle, and I didn't realize that, so I kind of lost control after a little bit. But the twins had caught me and kept me from crashing into somebody's car. But I'm exaggerating a little bit. I didn't almost get hit by that golf cart. I think. I hope. But shoot, by the time we finished all that, I headed over to my cousin graduation celebration around like 5 o'clock at this place called like Asahi or Asashi, something like that. I couldn't really tell because like only half the sign was lit up and it was dark outside. But it was nice though. It's one of them places where they cook the food right in front of you. So that was a cool experience for me, I guess. I had never been nowhere like that before. And after that, we went to my grandma's house and chilled for a little bit. That was around like 8, 9 o'clock. It was about 9 o'clock. My cousins left around like 10 because one of them had to work the next morning. So, but I stayed the night, because my mom took my doggone door key before I left to go to Kylan stuff earlier that day. Tripping over what? I don't know. I don't know why she was tweaking. So I ain't going back home till like tomorrow evening, around like 4 or 5 o'clock on Monday. And speaking of my mom, while it's on my mind, she had asked like the other day about like the gift you got for me. Like she was asking me like whatever happened with that. And the only reason and she told me to ask you about it. And the only reason I didn't bring it up is because that was also the day you would text me talking about like your mom was kind of frustrating you and how you almost cussed her clean out. So I would have felt selfish, bringing something like that up when you were already frustrated. But end all be all, take your time. I'm not tripping. I'm not tweaking. Don't feel rushed or none of that. Like, you know me. But if it's something like you're mailing, assuming you haven't already, don't send it to my house out south because of like what happened with the invitations. Like, I don't want to risk that again. That's one part of it, and the other part is just like you can send it to my grandma house out here in the country, because that's where I get all my packages and stuff delivered anyway. So if you want the address for that for here, I got you. If that's the case. Uh, well, that's enough about me though. Like whenever you get the chance, I love to hear you yap about the stuff you've been up to. Like, didn't you say you had a meeting or something like that coming up? Like, have you done that yet? Like, if so, like I would love to hear like how that went and what it was about, like all that stuff. Um, like that, your cousin's graduation celebration, shoot, church if it felt extra special today, all that. Uh, but that's all I wanted though. I just got a lot on my heart and mind right now that I needed to get off my chest. But I'm gonna be straight though. And with all that being said, I'm officially done yapping your ear off. So I'll see you later after a while. And I'm hoping you said it. I'm hoping you said it with me, because if not, that's extremely awkward. But but I love you. I love you though, and I hope nothing but the best for you. And I will talk to you later, Goober.